Hey there, legendary souls. Welcome to your reading for today. This reading feels like a continuation of the reading that we had recently around the phases that the moon was going through. This one is specifically about the signs that the moon is going to be going through this week: Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. If you have placements in Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius, the moon is going to be transiting these placements that you have. So let's say you have your Mercury in Sagittarius, the moon is going to be lighting up how you think this week, how you process, and how you communicate. If you have your sun in Capricorn, the moon is going to be lighting up how you show up in the world. Or maybe the lack thereof. It might be showing you that you don't feel open to being seen, right? So because the moon is waning, it is losing steam in a sense. It is showing less of itself to us on Earth. We're seeing less, it's receiving less light from the sun. So since the moon is going to be moving through each of these signs, and this is a time really to rest and to do a lot less, let's say a prayer and let's see what these three energies have to offer you. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, well ancestors for the viewer's highest good, well ancestors for my highest good. We invite you in at this time, and we thank you so much for your continued presence in all of our lives. We ask that this message offers a clear and concise and encouraging message to the viewer. We ask that if anyone has Sagittarius energy, Aquarian energy, or Capricorn energy, that they feel especially seen, validated, heard, that there is a transparency that is offered through these signs and through these energies. And for those who don't resonate with these particular signs, I ask that these energies, because they are in all of our charts, that they speak to the hearts of those that are open to receiving messages of expansion, achievement, and collaboration at this time. Thank you so much for all that you have done, all that you're currently doing, and all that you're going to do in service of these intentions. And please bless this reading. Ashe. So let's read up about each of these. Okay, Sagittarius, number 9, expand. Sagittarius asks us to think big, travel far, and use our restlessness and curiosity to create. A mutable fire sign, Sagittarius' symbol is that of the centaur, half human, half horse. Sagittarius, ruled by expansive Jupiter, rules the thighs, the muscle that propels our movement. Action. Sagittarius has two imperatives. Expand your perspective and humbly speak your truth. Let your perspective become versatile, flexible, and curious. Travel in the body or in the mind and explore a larger philosophical, environmental, or metaphysical context for this situation. Imagine you're on a mountaintop. Look down at your life from 1,000 feet up. Now, take it further. Like the astronauts who look down on our spinning green and blue globe and see no borders between countries. Ashe. You are a global citizen. Change your life to reflect this reality. I love that. Speak your truth. Remember the tale of the emperor's new clothes? A pair of con artists arrive at an emperor's court claiming to make beautiful garments. They say their creations are only visible to people of quality. Incompetent people can't see the clothes. No one in the emperor's court wants to admit that they can't see the supposedly intricate garments. They don't want anyone to think they're incompetent. And the Emperor wears his new clothes on parade. Only one honest Sagittarian-style boy speaks up without rancor, states the obvious, that the Emperor is naked, and breaks the spell. Out of the mouths of babes, right? Ask what spell you need to break and speak up. Challenge. Just because you see it doesn't mean you have to say it. Ooh. Timing and pacing are everything. Be honest, not mean. Ask if what you are about to say is wise, kind, necessary, and true. And watch out for the geographic cure, the belief that travel will solve problems, because wherever you go, there you are. Gift. Honor all your relationships. Sagittarius reminds us that our spiritual path is connected to all our relations. The two-footed, the four-footed, the many-legged, the winged, the scaled, and the finned. They are all connected to us. That's so sweet. So we're meant to expand our consciousness. And just because we see it doesn't mean we have to say it. I love that line so much. Ask what spell you need to break, and then speak up if what you are about to say is wise, kind, necessary, and true. So for the little boy in the Emperor's new clothes, it was necessary and wise and true for him to express what he did. It was also kind because he was the only person who was willing to do so. And also, the Emperor is on parade. Like, dang, nobody, none of the adults, nobody else, nobody in his court wanted to be seen as incompetent. So notice if there's any area in your life where you're seeing something and you want to say something, or you wish that someone would say something, but you don't want someone to dislike you. You don't want someone to disagree with you. You don't want someone to misunderstand you. You don't want someone to believe or to say that you are dumb. Notice what ego things are coming up, what perceptions that you're anticipating from others. Notice where you're feeling fear of being seen and being recognized. And you're feeling maybe a lack of control, that you might show up a certain way. You might say something that you do believe is wise and kind and honest and true and necessary. But the person you're telling or the people who are around might still ridicule you. Do you say it anyway? Or do you preserve your idea of how others perceive you, even though the way that they perceive you might not be true, right? People always say what's in their hearts. We do. I don't know what that thing is about people being like, I was high, I was drunk, I didn't mean it, I was in the heat of the moment, I was angry. People always end up saying what on some level is true for them. On some level. It might be that they're speaking from fear. It might mean that they're uninhibited. So the substance that's in their system is allowing something inside of them to flow more freely outward without a level of like awareness or restriction. So if you do say something, if you're afraid of saying something, of speaking up in a situation because you don't want to be ridiculed, I wonder if your intuition is telling you that these people that you're around are judging you. Right? Right? Because if you say a thing and everybody's like, you suck. That's what they thought before you said it. It wasn't what you said that made them shift. That's what they thought. Because if you say something and somebody's like, let me think about that. I don't know if I agree with you, but let me think about that. They're thinking about it because they respect you. And they respect your opinion. So see if you can release or set an intention or say a prayer to release the expectation that other people have to receive what you are going to say, or that other people are going to perceive you a certain way. See if you can embrace that who you are and your worth and your value is inherent within you, no matter what anybody says. Yes, it might hurt your feelings. It absolutely might hurt your feelings. It absolutely might. So if you're considering speaking up about something, before you do, you might need to set up an aftercare plan for yourself. You might need to check in with a good friend. You might need to check in with a counselor. You might need to check in with a healer. You might need to have some downtime with yourself. See if you can build that in soon after your desire, your plan to speak up. Yeah, you deserve that. All right, 10, Capricorn, achieve. Capricorn asks us to dive deep into the sea of collective consciousness to find a worthy dream and then work on it and walk it to the mountaintop. I love that. That is what you do, mountain goat. Heck yeah. Capricorn, the cardinal earth sign, is ruled by Saturn. Its symbol is a mare goat, half sea creature, half mountain goat. That's new to me, but it makes sense because Capricorn and Cancer are on the opposition, and I think there's more similarities between Capricorn and Cancer than we are led to believe. So I love that. Half sea creature, half mountain goat. This sign is connected to our bones and our knees, the equipment we use to climb stairs and achieve our goals. No. If you are noticing that you're having knee pain, your body is telling you that there are things that you're thinking, there are beliefs that you have that are saying that you can't achieve what you desire. There are limiting beliefs operating. They might not be conscious. Your body hears everything that you tell it and everything that others tell it. So either it's something in your environment, people that are around you that are saying you can't do things, or there's something going on in your head, in your mind, that's saying you can't. And you might be noticing it as pain and extra tension and extra creakiness in your knees. Action. This situation needs a good and healthy structure, foundations upon which you can solidly build. Capricorn imbues ambition and drive, determination, willpower, and precision. Hey now, if you're a Capricorn, I hope you dance into this. This is who you are. Woo! When used with integrity, these qualities culminate in the gift of leadership. Ashe. The mare goat reminds us to dive into spirit, into the dream world, to get a vision for the good of all sentient beings, and then to do the work needed to manifest it. Find motivation, set a goal, and build with integrity. Mountain goats climb easily up and down, but aren't as comfortable on flat terrain. Let's say that again. Mountain goats climb easily up and down, but aren't as comfortable on flat terrain. Capricorn energy can leave you depressed when you feel flat and you see no progress. If you can't fish, mend the nets. Look for what can be done now and make it a project. Sagittarius has an energy of restlessness. Capricorn too has an energy of restlessness, but the restlessness shows up as depression. So wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, you have a planetary placement. If you do not have a planetary placement, whatever house you have Capricorn in your chart, because we all have all the signs in our chart. We are all made up of all the signs. Notice if that area, the themes of that house, or that planetary placement, if you're feeling depressed right now around that because you're not seeing progress. You might need a project. You might need a project that you can make progress on. When we have a short-term project, we end up having and we finish it, we end up getting a little dopamine hit. And it reminds us of our competency and our ability. It reminds us of what we're capable of. It reminds us that that things do progress. And it gives us a sense of hope and faith that the longer term project, the larger thing that we want to manifest in our life, that too can manifest. It just might need more time, more work, more effort, more collaboration, it might need divine timing. Make short-term plans that take you to medium-term goals and help you climb your mountain over time. Celebrate each step. Don't do this capitalist bullshit and move from one step to the next, to the next, to the next. And you leave your body in the process. Rest is important. Celebration and acknowledgement and recognition is important. And for you to do that for yourself is really powerful. When somebody else does it, that's great. That's wonderful. When you do it for yourself, it's powerful. Your body hears everything you tell it. What do you want to tell your body today? What good news do you want to tell your body? What positive affirmation do you want to tell your body? What good loving do you want to give your body? Your body hears everything you tell it. Maybe you need to think back on some things you've already achieved and thank your body for getting you through, for getting you to those mountaintops. Maybe. Capricorn encourages you to practice skills and to develop spiritual disciplines. Learn to control yourself, not others. Lead rather than dictate. Look for guidance from elders or experts and grow your personal authority. Develop confidence through your portfolio. Ashe, I love it. Let your work speak for itself. Observe and savor, not what you think you can or can't do, but what you've actually done. Capricorn energy doesn't really love to sit in the in-between. Doesn't really love to say, well, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. Just when you're feeling depressed, when you're not sure if this thing that you desire is going to happen, just take a look at your portfolio. Just take a look at the pictures that you took on your last vacation. Take a look at your bank account, because I know if you got Capricorn energy, you're very focused on your money. If your bank account is the thing that's not doing well right now, take a look at your vision board about your finances. There's something that you can look at that you've already done. There's something that you can look at that you've already completed. You might know what it is better than I do right now. There's something. If it feels like you don't have a lot of friends in your life right now, right? There's not a lot of community around you. If you're sentimental at all and you hold on to cards that people give you, if you have them in one place, maybe you want to go open that up and read them. You might still decide that these people who've sent you this card, that they were for a season in your life, or you don't really want to connect to them again. But each of those people had something kind to say to you. Each of those people thought of you on a birthday or on a holiday, each of those people took the time to write something or to send you something or to give you something because you were important to them. So you have the capability to be important to someone else in the future. There's something tangible that you have on your person, in your home, like there's something on your social media, there's something that you can see or touch that will be very supportive to this depression that you're experiencing, or this lack of motivation, or this lack of self-belief. There's something that you can touch. Maybe it's your portfolio of the work you've already done. There's something. Maybe you're just going to look and say, well, I've been at that company for 10 years. There's something tangible. There's something tangible. Yeah. Challenge. Keep an eye on the power dynamics. Without integrity, Capricorn ambition can enable gross manipulation. Control any tendency to become controlling or manipulative when you're feeling anxious. When you're feeling anxious, I invite you to just feel it. Or to go for a walk, or to go for a hike, mountain goat, mare goat, to move your body, to drink some water, to meditate, to journal, to ground. Do not fall in love with others' competence. Ooh, I like that. Don't fall in love with others' competence. Let it inspire your own. If you fall in love with somebody else's competence, sometimes we end up putting them on a pedestal. They can do no wrong. They're so wonderful. I wish I could do blah, 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 right? But if instead we see someone else's expertise or competence as inspiring of our own, we don't get tripped up. We don't get confused. We don't focus on someone else as though they are our goal, as though they are the thing or the status to achieve. You cannot achieve another person. If Capricorn is your Venus, or it's in your 7th house, or in any way feels connected to love or community for you, you cannot achieve another person. You can only achieve a different version of yourself, a deeper version of yourself, a higher version of yourself, a more authentic version of yourself. Gift. Wisdom grown over time and through mature experience is the gift of Capricorn, as is connection to the spiritual traditions and disciplines that offer a sound foundation for our evolution. Wisdom grown over time and through mature experience is the gift of Capricorn. Makes sense, ruled by Saturn. Another gift of Capricorn is the connection to spiritual traditions, the connection to spiritual disciplines that offer a sound foundation for our evolution. So if you have practices that really resonate for you, whether that's prayer or journaling, meditation or movement, yoga, breath work, anything, if there's anything that really resonates for you and really feels like it connects you to the divine, it could be tarot or oracle cards, right? It could be dancing, it could be music, it could be art, it could be singing. If there's anything that feels like, it could be acting or performing, if there's anything that feels like it connects you to the divine, make a practice out of it. You know, for some creatives, they do morning pages and they write stream of consciousness for a certain amount of time just to connect in with themselves. Do something, create a structure out of something that feels like it connects you to the divine. Whether you practice doing it every day, every other day, on the weekend, before you create the thing that you love, before you sit down to try to move on your goals, make it a practice so that it's something that you get to connect to very regularly. so that your energy to achieve, that it's something that you get to sit with more regularity. And we have 11, Aquarius, collaborate. The symbol for Aquarius is not water. The symbol for Aquarius is the water bearer. It's the person fetching the water. It's the person carrying the water. It's the person pouring the water. This energy is about providing a great service to the community. Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn in traditional astrology, and it is co-ruled by Uranus in modern astrology. Aquarius is connected to the ankles. This is how we turn from one person to another in conversation. Action. Live by your philosophy. Ashe. Aquarius's traditional ruler, Saturn, asks us to know what society expects of us and to care about our reputation. However, Aquarius's co-ruler Uranus encourages us to free ourselves from tradition or other people's opinions and to be able to think outside of the box. This might feel like a paradox, yes, but it offers a healthy tension to manifest the true you. Know the pattern and riff on it with your own invention. To get to this free place, investigate your philosophy, which is your operating manual, to make sure it's live and authentic. When you feel your worldview and your actions are integrated, it's easier to call in healthy collaborators. Cultivate allies. Find others called by the same causes and work together. Weave people together to create community. This web will bring in new friendships, new purpose, new connections, and some may lead to romantic sparks. Throughout the process, consciously maintain a balance between your own needs and those of the collective. Challenge. Spiritual practice and personal philosophy can be used to bypass authentic emotions. Be honest with yourself and don't try to talk yourself into feelings or out of feelings that you think you should have or you should not have. Don't try to talk yourself onto a path that others find more socially acceptable, especially with the South Node in Libra this year, y'all. Do not. Because if you end up talking yourself, you end up practicing over time, consistently, talking yourself onto paths that you believe others find socially acceptable, you end up creating those neural pathways within your brain, and it's going to be that much harder to break free and to become your authentic self. You might have to wait for your second Saturn return. You might have to wait for your third Saturn return. You might have to wait for your Chiron return. Chiron return happens in the late 40s, early 50s. Second Saturn return happens in the late 50s to the early 60s. Third Saturn return happens around late 80s to early 90s. Life is both long and short. How do you want to live it? Do you want to live it as you? Do you want to find out who you even is? Or do you want to live it in a way where you're hoping that you're palatable to others? You're hoping that other people find you acceptable. Now the question around this, because it's hard to go it alone. Sometimes we do this because we don't want to be alone. It's hard to lose friendships. It's hard to have friendships and connections change and alter in our lives. It's hard to feel like we got to be a hermit yet again sometimes. Ask yourself, take that 1,000-foot view that Sagittarius was saying as we expand, right? Are these the people that you would want to be with? If the people that you're trying to hide yourself away from, or the people that you're trying to be acceptable around, are they the people in the Emperor's New Clothes story that we read? Are they the people that would try really hard not to seem incompetent, and they would just let the Emperor, you, walk around naked and not tell you, if they're those folks, do I even have to say it, you know? Do I? You want your friend to be that little boy in the story. That's your homie. The one who's going to tell you, even if you're in front of everybody, the one who's going to tell you, but you're naked. I don't care if I look dumb. You're naked, Emperor. Don't you feel the draft on your booty cheeks? That's that little boy. You want that little boy to be your friend. You want people who are like that little boy to be your friend. And you, too, you might want to also be and embody this type of energy. You might want to speak true as well, and speak and act in integrity as you achieve your goals and as you live your philosophy. If your philosophy clashes with your honest feelings, then your philosophy needs to evolve, not your feelings. All right, let's say that again. If your philosophy clashes with your honest feelings, then your philosophy needs to evolve. Your feelings are fine. Your feelings are coming from your body, and it's okay that you're feeling what you're feeling. If your lifestyle is not in line with your philosophy, then one or both need to change. Remember, this week, nothing is set in stone. This is a great week with the sun in Pisces conjunct Saturn. Pisces is a mutable energy. With the moon in the last quarter phase starting off our week in Sagittarius, which is also mutable. This is the time to check in with your philosophies. We are at the end of the lunar cycle from the new moon in Aquarius, which was about living our philosophy. So you're checking in with the personal code, with the philosophy, with the way of viewing the world that you found, that you intended for, and that you found that you believe. You're checking in with the limiting beliefs that are coming up. You're checking in with the fears that might be saying you need to be socially acceptable with others. You're checking in with the depression that you might be feeling that's saying, is what I want, is it even going to manifest? It's taking so long. You're checking in with your ability to expand your perspective, to live by your own code, live your own philosophy, and to achieve what it is that you set out to. The gift. The authentic Aquarius gift encourages you to let go of previous constructs and to listen to the source within. Honor the reality that you, legendary soul, you are a unique individual. And you also have the responsibility to contribute to the health of your community. And because you are a unique individual, you get to decide how and in what ways your unique gifts are going to contribute to the health of your community. If you start with yourself, it kind of radiates out of you. So don't think too hard. Don't think too hard. Try not to be hard on yourself. Try to be easy on yourself. But also, the sun is conjunct like Saturn. So there's so much possibility to be that little boy in the emperor's new clothes and to be honest with yourself about what's working and what's not. This is the time to make adjustments. This is the time to make a new plan. This is the time to get ready for the new moon in Pisces and to get ready for Aries season and the start of our astrological year. We've got about 1 more month-ish left of winter time in the northern hemisphere. We've got 1 more month before there is a changeover of seasons, whatever hemisphere you're in this world. You got 1 more month. How are you going to make it count? How are you going to align with your individuality, your uniqueness, your originality, your authenticity? Do you know what that is? And if you don't, set an intention or say a prayer to be open to finding out. Because I imagine the dreams and the meditations and the visions about to pop off the rest of this Pisces season. This message feels complete. I hope you take really good care of yourself, and I'll catch y'all in the future. Bye.